Hello everyone, welcome to this video. In this video, we'll practice our first market estimation question. The question is to estimate the market size of the pet food industry in the US. So keep in mind that market estimation questions are mostly similar to guesstimates. In our previous guesstimate video, we said that the interview mostly cares about your structured thinking approach, how many factors you are considering, and how whether you're considering round figures or not, and all these things. How quickly can you answer? And not really on the number, but if the number is well within the close range, that's good. So our approach will be, we first approximate the number of pets in the US, how much food they consume, and then the price for that food. So our first step now will be to clarify our assumptions and clarify any doubts that we might have with the interviewer. So let us look at our assumptions here. Our first assumption is that we will consider all pet food, whether it is dogs, cats, or the other pets. The question does not state anything about specific pets, so we will consider everything. But our major focus will be on dogs and cats, as they contribute to a major chunk, and other pets are exceptions, or they contribute very less amount. So our next assumption is that we will consider the retail value and not the wholesale value. The retail value of pet food might be higher than the wholesale value. And next is that we will also include all the treats and supplements that people give to their pets. And now I recommend you to pause the video here and try to figure out an approach that you might take in this question. You can assume some normal values and just think about the question here. Pause for a few seconds and think about it before looking at the solution. Keep in mind that we are only here to practice, as we are also practicing for the first time. So it's okay if you're not able to consider the things. They will come with practice. Okay, so I hope you would have paused the video. Now let us take a quick look at the solution. Okay, so let us take a quick look at the solution. We first estimate the number of US households that we have. That is approximately 130 million households. If you're not sure of this figure, you could ask the interviewer about it. Because even in real life, when consultants make decisions, when consultants make some estimations, they have some data in hand, they have some data handy. They just don't think of these figures from their mind. If you're not sure about these values, ask the interviewer. It's safer to ask the interviewer than to assume some random guesses. So we take the US households to be approximately 130 million. And now we factor in how many of these households will have pets. Not every household will have pets, right? So we take 2/3 of these households have pets, because in USA it's pretty common to have pets. So 2/3 of this will be 87 million. So we assume 87 million households have pets. Now we consider dogs, cats, and other pets separately. Out of these 87 million, we take it to be 54 million households would have dogs, and each household will have an average of 1.5 dogs, which gives us the count of 81 million dogs. Again, I repeat, you could have taken it to be either 50 million households, 55 million households, 60 million households. It doesn't really matter. What matters the most is your structured thinking, and whether you're thinking about these things or not, and that's the most important thing. So you get an approximate value of 81 million dogs. And similarly for cats, we assume 47 million households will have cats, and again 1.5 cats average per household will give you 70 million cats. Now for dogs, we assume that per dog can cost is say $1.25, $1.3 or less than that, if we talk about some standard dog food, not premium dog food, because that has no upper limit. If we talk about standard dog food, it's 1.1, 1.2. So you take rough estimate. So 365 multiplied by that value, you take a rough estimate of $500 per year for each dog, and multiply it with 81 million, you get $40.5 billion for all these dogs. And similarly for cats, cats eat slightly less food, and cat food is also cheaper than dog food. So we take an average cost of $300 per year per cat, and multiply it with 70 million, you will get $21.0 billion for cat food. And for other pets, we just take a small value of say $5 billion, because other pets don't contribute that much. And again, as I have said multiple times, clarify these values with the interviewer. So sum up these three values. We divided the problem into three subparts. We calculated values for those three subparts, and now we sum up these values, which will give you approximate value $66.5 billion, and that will be your answer. So what the interviewer will check here, whether you have separated pets into dogs, cats, and other pets or not, whether you could have broken it into multiple categories. It's up to you. It's up to how much time you are willing to spend on these questions, and whether you're consider factoring the number of households, whether you're factoring how many of those actual households have pets, and not all households that have pets have dogs, or not all households that have pets have cats. So whether you're considering that factor as well or not, and whether you're making some valid guesses, assumptions, and all these things. So now you have the market size of $66.5 billion for pet food. And now we report this value. We ask the interviewer for sanity check, and even when we look at data, that data is available on Google. When we look at data, the rough estimate is within the same range, 58 billion to 65 billion, which is approximately the same value. Our estimate is well within range. Up, down 10-20% is not really a matter here. So our key assumptions were that 65% of households have pets. Average annual spend on dog food per dog is $500. Average annual spend on cat food per cat is $300. And with that, we got our value. Our assumptions was also how many of these households have dogs, how many of these households have cats, and all these things. You state the value, you state the assumptions, because consultants will have data. And so pro tip is, for pet markets, segment them by animal type, and don't just assume that all pet foods are same, or all pets have eat the same amount of food. So okay, I think you would have gotten some idea of our first market estimation, and well, this is how you solve, because we don't have much time in the interview. We just want to have a quick rough estimate, and that's why practicing these questions is important. Um, okay, so I hope you learned something new again. If you like this video, please like it, subscribe to my channel, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.